Hi guys. So I finished the nickel testing on the long Victoria Day weekend. I've got my results. Just keep in mind that this is just my opinion, and yours may vary. So first up we have the Smoke M80 Plus. No, this I got burn dry hits. Oh, I should say how I tested it. I set all these devices at 450 for one test, and I set them Fahrenheit for 400, which should be below the singe of cotton. I ran the IPV and the SX at 50 joules, and I ran the DNA 40 at 40 watts, and I ran the Smoke at 40 watts, and I used the same atomizer and the same juice in all of them to try to standardize everything. The Smoke M80, I got burn dry hits, which is not surprising because you've seen Phil Basardo's video on it. You can see the coil actually got, in temperature control, got really hot. It burned the cotton. The cotton caught on fire and the coil glowed red. This is probably a great device if you want to use it in wattage mode, but I had no luck with it in temperature. I was getting burn dry hits, and that's the whole point for me of temperature control with the drippers, so you don't get burn dry hits because you can't tell how much liquid you got in it. To the Smoke, that was number 4. Number 3 was the IPV4, which suffers from CSS, which is can't see shit. Forget about using this out in the daylight. I took the cover off, and I took these 2 screws, and I just pried it open just a millimeter, took out that silver screen protector. So right now there's no screen protector on it. Even then I have to shade it to see the display. I'm waiting for some third-party manufacturers to come out with a clear display. This is number 3. I did get some burn dry hits on this at both 450 and 400, but it wasn't as bad as the Smoke M80. If you have one of these, again, it's a great, it's a 100-watt box mod. It's attractively priced. Same with the Smoke 80. It's great in wattage mode. I'm not sure I'd want to use this all the time in temperature mode. It wasn't as bad as the Smoke M80, as I said, but it wasn't great either. That leaves these 2, the SX Mini M-Class and the Vapor Shark, the DNA 40. But basically these tied. So the question is, if I can only use one, which one would it be? I'd probably use the DNA 40 because I've had it longer, I'm more used to it. I like the fact that the SX will fire down below 0.10 ohms. I had an Addy that's sitting right at around 0.1, and sometimes 0.1 ohms. The DNA 40 said ohms too low. So these 2 are tied. But if I had a choice, I'd probably stick with the DNA 40. Maybe that's just because I'm more used to it. I've only had this for a few weeks. All these devices, these are good too, great in wattage mode too. This is 60 watts, this is 40 watts. So I can see why a lot of people would favor this. Either one is good in temperature control. So that's what I got for you. This is not a review. This is a result of nickel testing on the long weekend. Alright guys, thanks. Bye.